Texture Art Secrets, presented by Sandra Tingley. George Braque, 1882-1963, was a French painter and sculptor who is widely considered one of the founders of the Cubist movement. Alongside with Pablo Picasso, Braque revolutionized the art world in the early 20th century by breaking down traditional ideas of perspective and representation. Braque's early works were influenced by the Impressionist and Fauvism movements, but he quickly developed his own style that emphasized the geometric shapes, fragmented forms, and muted colors. In 1908, he began collaborating with Picasso, and the two artists developed a style that would become known as Cubism. Braque's Cubist works were characterized by the fragment forms, multiple viewpoints, and flattened surface. He was particularly interested in the interplay of light and shadow, and his paintings often incorporated elements of collage and assemblage. After serving in World War I, Braque's work became more representational, but he continued to incorporate elements of Cubism and abstraction into his art. In the 1930s, he began experimenting with sculpture, and his work in this medium is noted for its use of simple forms and rich textures. Braque's influence on the development of modern art cannot be overstated. His innovative techniques and approach to form and space helped to establish the Cubist movements and continue to inspire artists today. His legacy as one of the greatest artists of the 20th century is secure, and his work continues to be celebrated in museums and galleries around the world. Here are some of the George Braque's most famous artworks. Houses at El Azteque, 1908. This painting is one of Braque's early works and is considered one of the first examples of Cubism. It features a series of fragmented, geometric forms that create a complex and layered view of the landscape. George Braque was a French painter and sculptor who co-founded the Cubist movement along with Pablo Picasso. Braque's techniques and subjects evolved over time, but some of his notable styles include Cubism. Along with Picasso, Braque was a pioneer of Cubism, a style that broke away from traditional notions of representation by using geometric shapes to create abstracted images of reality. Braque's early Cubist works often featured still life composition, such as bottles, newspapers, and musical instruments. Analytic Cubism. In the early 1910s, Braque developed an approach known as Analytic Cubism. This involved breaking down objects into simple geometric forms and analyzing their structure from multiple perspectives. These paintings often featured muted colors and a limited range of tones, creating a sense of depth and dimensionality through the use of overlapping planes. Synthetic Cubism. In the later 1910s, Braque and Picasso both began incorporating real wall elements into their paintings, such as newspaper, clippings, and wallpaper, in a style is known as synthetic cubism. Braque's synthetic cubist works often featured bright colors and playful composition, such as his Fruitish and Glass series. Later works in the 1920s and 1930s, Braque's style evolved again, incorporating elements of surrealism and a greater emphasis on color and texture. He also began exploring new media such as sculpture and printmaking. Some of his later works, such as Birds and Fishes and Studio with Black Flag, these features bold colors and abstracted forms that evoke a sense of mystery and symbolism. Textile Art Secrets, presented by Sandra Tingley. Thank you for watching and see you in the next sharings.